chat for the hearts that sustain us. Bringing the love where the waves crash and scatter. Words form a bond and they endlessly chain us. Kindness that matters. Voices arise and the flow never falter. Building a space where the ties last forever. Chat is the place where respect doesn't alter, holding us clever. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us. Hope we devour. Here in this space, every heart finds its meaning. Words weave a net where the world feels much kinder. Chat is the pulse, every moment redeeming, binding reminder. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us. Hope we devour.
Hey guys, how is everybody? I am having trouble with the audio. No, I guess I'm not. It just seemed like I was having trouble with the audio, but it's all fixed now. How are you guys? Hey J-Bat. Hi Cricket. Eric, it's good to see you. Hi Bill. Susan, sweetie, I have missed you. J-Bat, you won first in. Let me find your prize. Hold on just a moment. Cricket sent the most lovely prizes for today. Here it is, J-Bat. Let me find you. There you are. How is everybody doing? Susan, I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're doing well, sweetie. J-Bat, here's your first in award. Look at that. We are doing a study on Adam Carmona this week. And isn't that lovely? We will send it right off to you, J-Bat. Yay, indeed! I love the first in award. Isn't it lovely? Hello to the congregation. Indeed, Adam. Indeed, indeed. Welcome to the Corner Joint for our lovely Sunday evening community center. Isn't it cool? Are you doing better, Susan? So what's new with everybody? My friend was having Fernadelic Alex Gray tip. Guys, I gotta take notes on everything you say. Bilf, if I didn't say hi to you directly, I'm sorry. I saw you come in. I think I've said hi to everybody. We are going to have bingo on Wednesday. And The winners will receive fudge. And I forgot to turn on my green screen, guys. I will be right back. Hold on. I'll keep talking to you. I just forget to put it up. You waiting on some appointments? I hope they don't take long, Susan. I hope they don't take long. Oh, I gotta do something else, you guys. Hold on. You know what I haven't done? I got home from going out today. I went out this morning and I kenneled Orion. Came home and I forgot to let him out of his crate. So I need to go let him out of his crate. Brian, how are you? He will come up to show himself momentarily. But I needed to get up and let him out, poor thing. He's been in his crate for 3 hours. It's a terrible long time for the poor thing. He doesn't usually get to be in his crate for so long. So, anything? Chicken cinnamon. Nicholas Rowarch. You guys, literally, I gotta take notes whenever you talk. Okay, Lori. Thank you for taking me with you to the store. Poor Orion. I know, poor little put upon Orion. I went out this afternoon because a friend of mine reserved a library room to do goal setting for the next quarter. I don't know that I got much goal setting done. Yeah, remember, Top Chat is the devil. Remember to change yourself to live chat, y'all. I think we should also. Do you guys like overlay? Do you prefer overlay or do you prefer inside joke? Okay. I think it's funny, Cricket Cinnamon. Tell me, you guys. Give me a 1 in the chat if you like the overlay chat and a 2 if you don't like it. I never think to turn it on, but it is there. And I should find out from you guys if you like it. And then we have to talk about book club, y'all. I haven't had much interest in book club. I haven't been terribly interested, and I'm not sure what that is. I think that we'd be better off reading the whole book. Okay, you like the overlay. Okay, Brian. That's good to know. I am cool with turning on the overlay if it makes it easier for everybody. The overlay seems to be popular. Susan likes the overlay too. Okay. I'm glad I asked, y'all. Because I literally never think to turn it on. Not ever. Not ever. So book club. We had a recommendation come in for a book club book. And it is a little esoteric. So I wanted to run it by everyone. Y'all have to tell me what you think. Because it sounds awfully interesting. I think it sounds interesting anyhow. And I think what we will do is have book club once a month. You prefer Vandelay to Overlay? Ah, from Seinfeld? From Seinfeld, Adam? Vandelay Industries? It is a little esoteric. I knew you would be in, Adam. So the book is called Scientologist. And it is by crying out loud, why does it need to show you guys everything I have in my personal cart? William S. Burroughs and the Weird Cult. It says Scientology is largely overlooked in major texts about the life and work of William S. Burroughs, author of some of the most notorious literature of the 20th century. Its importance in the creation of the cut-up method and Burroughs' view of language as a virus is undermined by the omission of details regarding his interest in the religion over the course of a decade, certainly the most creatively fertile period of his life. Instead, biographers and critics tend to focus on his other obsessions in the realm of fringe science and on the period during the early 1970s when Burroughs left the religion and began a public crusade against it. However, William Burroughs' involvement with Hubbard's organization was not a fleeting interest. He was a fully fledged member and even obtained the rank of Clear, a prestigious achievement for Scientologists. Scientology ultimately inspired the plot structure and various elements of some of Burroughs' most important works, including The Soft Machine and The Wild Boys. His fascination was genuine, and his progress through the hierarchical structure of the church signals a dedication that he would later downplay after being excommunicated in 1969. Now, for the first time in his life and literature are re-examined in light of the newly uncovered information about Burroughs' fascination with this weird cult. Tony Ortega describes it as an engrossing read. So, that is what it says, y'all. It is... Well, let's read a sample. Not very many chapters. Definitely a short book. You could read the introduction out loud if you guys want. Shall I read the introduction out loud? I will read the introduction out loud. See what you guys think. All the heroin was pretty out ethics. You think, Bill? So, this says... Get my reading glasses, y'all. Let me get the fingerprints off my reading glasses. Mentor to Allen Ginsberg and Jack Kerouac, William S. Burroughs is considered the wise man of the Beat generation, a legend of the counterculture, and an inspiration to millions. His intelligence and wit are beyond reproach, and it is obvious to anyone who's ever managed to decipher his notoriously difficult books that he possessed the sharpest and most skeptical of minds. It is perhaps for these reasons that so many are surprised when they learn of his interest in Scientology and assume that his exploration of the religion was merely a brief encounter for the purpose of reproducing a work of investigative journalism. Of course, this view presupposes a complete lack of credibility on the part of the religion in question. 50 years later, it is hard to imagine a time when Scientology may once have appealed to intellectuals or indeed any sane or reasonable person. With negative publicity focusing on the likes of Tom Cruise, lawsuits, celebrity centers, and stories about spaceships, not to mention high-profile exposés and satires, it has become little more than tabloid fodder for those outside its ranks. It is now a laughingstock that is hard for anyone to take seriously, and I'm sure that my use of the word religion throughout this book will shock any number of my readers who are more comfortable with the application of the term cult. He and Manson could have twinned. Interesting. For William S. Burroughs, however, Scientology offered serious gifts to humanity, a potential cure to a number of personal problems, a new avenue in literature, a weapon in the fight against systems of control, and justification for a number of his other obsessions in the realm of fringe science. In other words, it was extremely important to him during one of the most creatively fertile periods of his life. Although he was never enamored with the church's leadership or much of its doctrine, and in fact was required to suppress his contempt for its founder, L. Ron Hubbard, he went beyond merely being a spectator, taking courses and tests over a period of nearly a decade before finally achieving the status of clear, a significant event for a member of the church, and one that by no means all members are capable of achieving. Scientology affected his life and work from his earliest encounters with it until his final days. Despite his well-publicized fallout with the religion, he learned from it and used it in the creation of his finest literary works. Pioneer of the little-known TR-10, which involves shooting an apple off someone's head and remembering a time when someone shot an apple off of your head. That's funny, Bill. For William S. Burroughs, Scientology offered serious gifts to humanity, a potential cure to he learned from it and used it in the creation of his finest literary works. Although his literature is clearly influenced by Hubbard's ideas, and his letters during the 60s and 70s were littered with references to Scientology. And despite his own overt interest in it, both as an adherent and an enemy, Scientology is largely sidelined in otherwise sterling books and essays about his life and work. When Ted Morgan in Literary Outlaw refers to Scientology as a new passion for Burroughs in 1968, he completely overlooks the religion's influence over the previous 8 years of Burroughs' life and fails to recognize its role in some of his most important works. Barry Miles in El Hombre Invisible states that Burroughs had only tinkered around with it until 1967. Miles mistakenly listed Burroughs' enrollment as January 67 when actually it was January 69. And Beat Hotel claims that he was expelled from the organization in the early 70s, when in fact he was kicked out in 69. When they came to Burroughs' time at St. Hill, the Scientology training center in England, his biographers give very few pages over to his experiences and fail to tie them into his life and work in a greater sense. Yet it was tremendously important. Only Douglas Kahn, in his essay The Sounds of the Virus, appears to have grasped the significance of Scientology on Burroughs' literary output, commenting, "The degree to which Burroughs adopted Hubbard's theory of recording and fused it with the virus, and the degree with which a new mythology of the space age was infused with both, was repeatedly demonstrated in his writings." Okay, that's a lot, you guys. So, I think if we want to do book club, we want to do it once a month or once every other month and do it for the whole book. Does it, Cricket? I haven't read any Burroughs, so this is all new to me. Leonard Cohen was also a Scientologist. He even referenced it in a song. Wow. Lots of folks appear to have been Scientologists. I think he saw That's funny, Bill. The gullibility of a great writer is a great subject. I'm down. Okay, then let's do it this way. Let's do the last Sunday of April will be book club, and we will discuss this book. I will drop the link. Start with junkie or queer. Okay. Is there one or the other I should start with, Bilf? Does it fundamentally, I mean, book is free on Kindle if you have Kindle Unlimited. And we will plan on Dianetics was more readable than Naked Lunch. Interesting. Junkie and queer are both pretty good. Okay. Then I will so you would think so, Adam. You would think that Hubbard was super jealous. Probably one of the reasons Burroughs was kicked out. Hubbard couldn't have anybody better than him around him. So you had to either hide it like Miscavige did, or get kicked out if you were competent. Because anybody more competent than Elron was going to get sent to the RPF or get kicked out. That's the only solution I see. Burroughs was out success. Hey, Shaquille. It is good to see you. Hubbard never had the opportunity to kiss Jack Kerouac. Yeah, Heinlein had a lot of respect for Hubbard, interestingly, Bill. That's one of the things we learned reading Hubbard's biography. We are reading, I dropped the link, Brain Fog. I'll drop it again. It is called Scientologist with an exclamation point. And it's about William S. Burroughs and Scientology. So it should be an interesting read. And we will discuss it Are we sure about that? Y'all are cracking me up. Mandy, sweetheart, how are you? It is good to see you. It is good to see you. So, due to a generous contribution, we will have Fudge Bingo Night again on Wednesday night. So I hope you all make it Wednesday night for Fudge Bingo Night. We will play some sort of bingo. If anybody has any idea of what bingo we could play, we could do more high control bingo. We could do more high control leaders. I thought doing high control YouTube cults, YouTube groups was fun. On the Boat with Jack Parsons playing the role of Neil Cassidy. What's that, Bill? On the Boat with Jack Parsons playing the real role of Neil Cassidy. Eric, you're so sweet. You guys, over my head. Yeah, I think what Adam is saying is we don't know that they didn't have a dalliance. We don't know that they didn't. We might assume that they might have. Although Hubbard was so anti-gay. So anti-gay. Neil Cassidy was Kerouac's friend. On the Road is about their adventures. Okay. Got it, Bill. Now it makes sense. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the Beats had those sort of dalliances. Cricket. I would find that to be fairly normal for the Beat crowd. I am soft on the literature thing. I never read On the Road. I never read a lot of that genre. I need to go back and fill in that hole in my education because it comes up as an issue often. I am weak on philosophy and the Babylon twerking. That's funny. Cassidy was the model for the hero character on the Road. He also hung out with Keith. So are you guys saying there is a link between Kerouac and Hubbard? I have given you all, and now I am nothing. I think that's a Scientology thing, isn't that, Bill? IAS? No link between Kerouac and Hubbard? Okay. Unless we go, no direct link at least. I'm sure if we went 7 degrees of separation, we could build a link, I bet. But not a direct one. I've seen the best reactive mind. Is that Hubbard? Not a real link between Hubbard and Kerouac, just a little silliness. Okay. Okay. That's what I thought you guys were doing. But way over my head. I am sorry. Not educated in that area. Oh yeah. Bilf and Adam together is like quadruple the fun, y'all. Hilarious. I am disappointed when I don't get the joke because I know that they're probably hilarious. Uproariously funny. Kerouac was on firing line, drunk as hell. That doesn't surprise me either. You thought the beat writers were too masculine for your enjoyment? Yeah, I never got into it, Brain Fog. I never got into it. I think that it didn't attract me at all in high school. It felt it didn't feel like something I was included in. Working would have made Ginsburg howl. Indeed. Indeed, Cricket. Absolutely. So does everybody got that? We're going to read this book. On William S. Burroughs and the Weird Cult. And I will create Ginsburg joined NABLA? You joined NAMBLA? The boys club part. The boys club part was what was unattractive to me, I expect, Cricket. Wow, Bill. I think it's a Kindle publishing thing, Brain Fog. You might have to get it through Amazon. Andrea Dworkin threatened to unalive Ginsburg. Wow. Well, Andrea Dworkin was, as I recall, a little reactive. The abstracts didn't feel as knuckle dragging as the beats. Interesting. Interesting, Brain Fog. I mean, I found the Rat Pack to be less knuckle dragging than the beat writers. The painters were even worse. Interesting. Ginsburg really did deserve her threats. Well, I'm not. That's interesting too. She was a bit reactive. But NAMBLA's a little... Seriously. That's a little excessive. Mary Baraka was no Sammy Davis. No. who was Amiri Baraka? You think Sammy Davis was interesting? Founding member of the Black Arts Movement, which became a kind of manifesto. Amory shifted the focus of African American artists to making art rooted in the Black experience, celebrating the struggle for Black liberation and honoring African American culture. It was different because the misogyny and stuff doesn't show up in paintings in the same way. MLH and Bernie room raid. Ellie, that's lovely. Thank you all for coming. Thanks to everybody. Fuzzy, it's good to see you. Guess you appreciate the art more than the writing? Yes, that could be. That could be. Emery Baraka never sang the theme song to Beretta. He was a beat poet playwright before he got into Black nationalist stuff. Okay, Bill. So everybody who is here, we have decided we're revising book club a little bit because book club hasn't been working as a weekly thing. I think it's because we don't have enough of the book digested to really talk about it. So we are going to read a book on how William Burroughs intersected with Scientology. It's fairly esoteric. So it's called Scientologist. Bernie, it's so nice to have you here. Welcome in, my dear. You are welcome to all the hugs. Let me get this link. This is the book. I gotta stop sharing for a minute. What is going on? Okay, now we'll share it again. Dusty, how are you? Carl Dix is still ideologically sound? That's good, Adam. Paulo, hola, ¿cómo está? Hi, Bernie, sweetie. Hi, Dusty. MLH, it's so nice to have you guys. So this is the book we're reading. And we're going to talk about, I know everyone's here, Dusty. It's amazing. We are talking about the book we're going to read, that we're going to talk about. That is fine, drive, but listen. The book we're going to talk about in the last Sunday in April. We will do book clubs the last Sunday of the month. You could have had a baby by now. Instead, you got fudge, didn't you, Fuzzy? There you go, guys. Carl Dix says no Jarvis Tyner. You guys are so over my head. Oh, thank you, Paulo. You are always welcome. We love having you. We love having you. It's It's nice to have everybody in here. Has everybody seen? I'm sorry you're so, Susan. I've really been worried about you, my dear. Really been worried about you. Did everybody get a chance to see Kelly Copter's video this morning? Oh my goodness, Adam. Let's see how long you guys can keep this up. Jarvis Tyner is no Clark Kissinger. I'm going to have to come back and look up all these people. You still have a month left? It's the worst month, J-Bat. That 8th month? Oh my goodness. You know, when you realize that you've got a basketball that you're going to have to eject through a very small hole, basketball is going to have to come out one way or another. It's totally worth it to go look at it, Susan. It is so good. It's only 25 minutes. I highly recommend watching it. Her video was absolutely fire. Absolutely fire. There it is if you don't have it, Susan. You have two and yeah, you know that 8th month sucks. Basketball's going to have to come out. Boy, the first time around, that is a serious consideration. First basketball's on the outside. It's a fucking big basketball. It's a basketball. It's got to come out one way or another. Child number 2 came by today, looked at my husband and I and said, when does adulting end? When is it over? Like, child, we warned you about this. We warned you about the growing up and told you to stop. But no, you prefer no basketballs at all? Well, you're the right gender, MLH. Basketballs are 4. I have 4. And I delivered all of them differently. I delivered some with painkillers. I delivered some through cesarean. I delivered some without painkillers. Not everyone was a different way. Some were induced, some weren't induced. Now you're driving. Okay, MLH. MLH has 3 basketballs, J-Bat. Those basketballs gotta come out. I can't believe it's been 9 months, you guys. I should celebrate a monetization anniversary. I wonder when that is. Sometime coming up soon. Especially if you're back, Lori. How was your visit to the market? Did you get everything you need? See, there's a thumbs up that you're back. I get these weird thumbs ups out of the blue. So is everybody getting ready for the week ahead? I have You're a hero? Of course you're a hero. Susan had a baby too? There you go. Lots of babies, Susan. We're going to be doing lots of babies right now. I had 2 different OBGYNs. There's a lot of time between my kids. You are a hero, Dusty. Absolutely a hero. What'd you do this time? Frozen blueberry yogurt bars. That sounds excellent. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. You adopted? Thoroughly unprepared for the week ahead. Adopting is excellent, Susan. No basketballs that way. At least not self-basketballs. I am not prepared. I was out and then I did nothing and now I'm here. I did go try and do some goal setting for the quarter. I didn't get much done. I wasn't very productive, which tends to be a theme. There was a big-ass spider in the pool. Andrea was freaking out. You got him and saved her life. You are a hero. Oh, Susan. I'm sorry, Susan. Your offspring form in the clouds of spores? Okay, Bill. Those are valid offspring. Kristen, how are you, sweetheart? Orion. Hey, Orion. You guys want a puppy? We haven't shown a puppy yet. Kristen, it is good to see you, my dear. Let's see if I can attract a puppy over here. See what that does. Here he comes. Here he comes. I'm really sorry, Susan. I had more than one miscarriage. Losing babies is hard. Let me get a puppy. Come here. Come here. Stop. Stop. Thank you. Now let me turn the camera on. Everybody wants to see you. Yeah. Everybody wants to see you, not lick my face. You want a kitty? Okay, we'll do a kitty next. We'll try and do everybody. I'll see what I can do. I might be able to accommodate a Scotch, Dusty. I might be able to accommodate a Scotch here after we take care of Orion. Are you being a good boy? No, that doesn't mean you can lick my. That's much better. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Dusty and Brain Fog want to take my cats. That is for sure. That is, there will be no taking of cats from the corner joint. They all need to remain as community cats. Is that it, Cricket? No taking of the pets? He is always trying to take my cat, Susan. Always, always. And Orion is always trying to lick. He speaks through face licks. Indeed, Kristen, that is his language. That is his language. Okay, stop. Thank you. Yeah. You don't need to lick all the time. You don't need to lick all the time. Can you just relax? Do you think? You never got pregnant. Well, you know, I think you would have been a great dad, Dusty. I agree. I think you would have been a great dad. I can see you as an amazing dad, Dusty. Okay, you guys want a cat? Let me go retrieve a cat. Hold on, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I hope Brain Fog is here. I have scotch for you guys. It's hard. It's hard to keep them in the screen. That's right, Dusty. Now I'm the soda dispenser. Except this is scotch. Deep sigh, because I gotta hold him tight. Keep him here. I hope you guys are enjoying. You guys, oh, he disappears into the green screen. I don't keep him right in front of me. Okay, we are done. That is all she wrote. That is all she wrote. And I'm not sure where Soda is. I'll see if I can. Scotch is beautiful. I gotta help him back onto his cat tree. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. Soda will probably come and visit in a few minutes because he's putting us in a trance. Yes, he is beautiful. Papa Cat, I'm glad you're here. Scotch is bothered. He is not into it. Scotch does not like social contact that Scotch does not initiate. Yeah. Scotch does not like social contact, which is not initiated by Scotch. He is very individual about things. Are you kidding me, Bill? Did they really file a petition to take away your cats? Because if they did, that's terrible. His look did say that he would kill us all, Brain Fog. I agree. Fez Watley was the ultimate big cat. I don't know. Scotch is kind of there. He is behind the scenes support. He is not interested. He is not interested in social interaction that he does not initiate. It is Carrie soda dispenser. Whose sister, Dusty? Okay, Bill. I was like, serious? Because if that's the case, that's a big problem. We don't want that. Well, mine are huge tigers. Scotch is not small. I think soda is all the way across the house in my room, guys. Although if I fed them, they would both show up very quickly. I'm surprised Soda is not over here stalking me because they weren't fed at their dinner time exactly 1 hour ago. If we don't feed them by their dinner time, they come and tell us that it is dinner time. Yes, you did get telepathically cussed out. He was like, what the actual are you doing with me? I don't want it done. Yes, she is here. She is here, Dusty. It is your sister. She is here. Your big sister is here. She is just not necessarily in the chat, but they are listening. Yes, he is. Actually, he's kvetching that he hasn't been fed and looking at his food bowl with disdain. It is quite amusing, because they haven't been fed since 7 o'clock this morning. I would love to do that, J-Bat, but they get canned food. With their dry food, they get canned food twice a day. They have dry food they can eat all the time. Dry food is free feed and wet food twice a day. That is what they are after, is their wet food. See Dusty? Brain Fog says hi. So Dusty, when are you going to come to Portland now that you went to San Francisco first? Yes, Dusty, I got that. So Scotch has telepathically cussed us out. We've got Scotch has made an appearance. Do you guys want me to go track not Fancy Feast? No, they do not get Fancy Feast. They get some fancy dandy carnivore with real food in it, canned food. Don't go to Portland, you'll get pregnant. Never. Yes, Bill, laughing my ass off. Laughing my ass off. So, another announcement about Wednesday, y'all. Thanks to an anonymous donation, we have funding to do another fudge bingo. So we will be doing fudge bingo on Wednesday. I'm not sure what kind of bingo. Your cat will not eat wet food? Your cat? Your brilliant cat, J-Bat? You guys aren't coming to Portland. Oh, Cricket. J-Bat, your cat is so brilliant. Bilf is no deadbeat dad. Of course not, Kristen. Of course not. Scotch is restreaming the chat and restreaming us and mocking us. Hilarious. I wouldn't put it past him. Bitching about how I never feed him. I'm amazed, J-Bat. She looks like the most brilliant cat. Going to Portland is our new euphemism. Lovely. Lovely. Going to Portland. Yes, that's where all... There's your reaction. Adam. Hilarious. Scotch is a hate drama streamer. She has 8 different puzzles and has only specific treats she will eat, but no on the wet food. Wow. I've never seen a cat turn down wet food, J-Bat. That is hilarious. 8 different puzzles. She is amazing. I like Whiskey. Whiskey is good. Scotch is a hate drama streamer. You can go to Portland this spring, possibly. You'll still need a place to stay or extra cheap. I don't have any room at my house, Dusty, especially because child number 3 has come home and is not going back to school for spring quarter. We could pitch you a tent in the backyard, but I think you might get cold. Portland spring is a little colder than you might be used to. We'll have to look for extra cheap lodgings for you. I've got some ideas. Let us discuss offline. Dusty. I'm amazed that she has so many different puzzles and that she's so good at them, J-Bat. She's just amazing to watch. Really interesting. Scotch and soda are not that interesting. Pitching tents in the backyard is the leading cause of pregnancy in Portland. Dusty's trip just became a camping trip. Yep. I mean, we've got tents. We'll look around for a cheap place. Yeah, Dusty. I've got some ideas. I do have some ideas. The hostel in Portland is always busy, but you've got some vacation in May. Dusty, you can come and watch me graduate in June if you want. Dusty's gonna get pregnant. pitching a tent in my backyard. I'm not going protesting in Portland anytime soon. Even with Dusty coming, it will be unlikely that I will make camp here in the summer. It's warm enough to camp here now. I mean, my husband and kids go snow camping every chance they get, so it's always warm enough to camp. It's always warm enough to camp. Loretta Lynn did a Portland song with Jack White. Dusty, there's an app for that. There is an app for that. It's called Couchsurfing. Couchsurfing.org, y'all. It's a great site. Couchsurfing.com. Highly recommend. We hosted with Couchsurfing for a long time. Highly recommend. Loretta Lynn did Portland song with Jack White. Okay, Loretta Lynn, Jack White, Portland song. Wow. You can go see the baby. The brother is still on the bad list. Why is brother on the bad list? There is a lovely little place in Portland. I'm not finding the place I think of, but there is a place in Portland that is like a trailer park, and it has all kinds of old campers, Airstreams, all kinds of different campers. And it's like a motel, but with camper vans and Airstreams. It's very cool. Dusty, going to the org is, I don't know, we have to discuss going to the org, Dusty. What do you think about going to the org? I'm hesitant to get anywhere close to the org. Yes, I want to go to the mill with you, Dusty. I think that would be an excellent excursion. We could live stream on the way. I think it'd be great fun. It'd be great fun. Glamping, yes, J-Bat. Well, there's Portland campgrounds, Oregon campgrounds, lots and lots of them offer glamping in yurts. You love the scenic drive? The scenic drive is nice. Bill, I'm avoiding the protest scene myself in Portland for various and sundry reasons, which I will let you guys discern yourselves. We passed the first Minnesota goodbye, you guys, and completely missed it. So I am avoiding going down to the org because it makes me nervous. Susan, love you. It was so good to see you, honey. Thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry you have to get up so early. I hope work is going okay. Much love to you, dear. Take it easy. You also like lamping? Kristen, I have philosophical differences that I don't with a lot of the current protesters in Portland that I'm not interested. The philosophical difference that I'm not interested in exploring. Too many Thetans. There is a new cluster there. Exactly, Dusty. Exactly. Susan, hugs. Sleep well. Cat hair in my mouth, y'all. Scotch's revenge. Cat hair in my mouth. And no, I don't want pepper spray to the face. I've never done pepper spray to the face. Gramping. Yeah, Kristen. It's not, I just don't want, it's a style of protesting I don't want to be associated nor affiliated with, that I just don't even want to engage with. It's not that there's any wrong protest. People can protest however they want. I'm just not interested in engaging with that type of protest. Gramping can make you tense. You sprayed yourself with a little pepper spray once? You don't recommend? Yeah, I don't think it looks like fun. I mean, I don't think it looks like fun at all. Your dad won't let you go the same time he does in July if you go protest. So we're going to go to Canada for the day and do other things. Yeah, we're going to go to Dusty's Mill. We're going to go to Dusty's Mill. I don't even know what I'm going to do, you guys. It's been like 12 years I've been in school. I can't quite believe I'm going to graduate in 3 months. Getting in your sit-ups before it gets too late. You got a nice setup, able to watch the stream at the same time. That's excellent, Kristen. Being able to watch the stream at the same time you work out. It makes it nice, I'm sure. Guarding soda for me. J-Bat, sweetie. Take care, honey. It was good to have you here. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. All of that, J-Bat. It's always nice to have you here, dear. Always nice to have you here. think we lost Ellie. I hope I said hi to her. I meant to. In Portland, there are really awesome waterfalls here in Portland, Dusty. And on that drive, I'm sure we go by a few. We can go up to Mount St. Helens and check out Mount St. Helens. I've never been up there. That would be lovely. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I love that song, actually, Adam. I think it's a great, great song. All I can see while doing sit-ups is my life passing before my eyes. I hear you, Fuzzy. A workout bench from Temu. You're buying things from Temu, Kristen? Temu is late-stage capitalism if there ever was. But I'm glad you got a good workout bench. Every place has got decent stuff. You just have to look hard enough. And I hope you know I'm just teasing. There is no ethical consumption under late-stage capitalism. There is no ethical consumption under late-stage capitalism. So people buy from whoever you want to buy from. Although buy local. Do your best buying local. But as my husband said, even the local Ace Hardware stick to the rivers and the lakes you're used to. Yes. So far, so good. Got some $400 chair for $100. We'll see tomorrow how $400 it is. Yeah. I worry about that Temu stuff. I have not. It seems too good to be true. I tend to avoid those things that seem to be good to be true. Besides, it's just going to draw me in and get me to buy more stuff that I don't need because it looks so cool. I do that enough on Amazon. I'm trying to get out of that habit. Buy black powder as much as possible. Okay, Kristen. Ooh, Dusty, that would be so cool. You can always buy from Mondragon. Antics, you did make it. Almost at the second Minnesota goodbye. We're not quite there yet. Soda or scotch really left me some revenge. Cat hair everywhere. All in my lip gloss, y'all. All in my lip gloss. My lips are getting a little dry. Let me fix this, guys. Hold on. Okay. You've been busy? That's good, Antics. I hope it's been good busy. Has it been good busy? I keep thinking Soda will show himself. I know what's going to happen. Dusty needs to do a clip, Antics? A clip of what? That thumbs down is not intentional. I don't know why. See, I give a thumbs up and it won't do a thumbs up. See? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. There, we got a thumbs up. We do a thumbs down. Thumbs down. Nope. There, we got a thumbs down. I don't know why it gives me thumbs up all of a sudden sometimes when I haven't done a thumbs up. It just decides. They should turn all closing malls into condos and communities. I agree, Brain Fog. That would be fun, Dusty. Do a nationwide tour and everyone can meet you at the airport. I love that. It's been a long day of unsuccessful busy, but I finally fixed my issue with sound, so you're very, very happy. I'm so glad, Antics. Vaporwave walking spaces. What's a vaporwave? Adam. Yeah, I'd make you dinner. I'd make you dinner and bring it, Dusty. I'd make dinner and bring it to the airport. What would be really nice, Dusty, is if we could, what I would love someday, the dream, is we all meet up someplace, whether that be Vegas or Denver, someplace equidistant. I bet you ChatGPT ChatGPT says the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is the best place to meet up. That, Denver, or Chicago. Your gamer nerd friends just did that in Vegas? Yeah. Vaporwave is an 80s neon fever dream aesthetic. Oh, that would be lovely in malls, Adam. That would be lovely in malls. Oh, that clip, Antics. Got it. St. Louis? Dallas-Fort Worth, Dusty. Said Dallas. When I asked the most equidistant place by air travel, ChatGPT recommended Dallas-Fort Worth, Chicago, or Denver. You like Dallas? I mean, I'd like to meet someplace interesting, like New Orleans or Charlotte. Not Charlotte, Charlottesville. Charlottesville? No. Where am I thinking? Charleston. You're expecting about 20 participants? That's excellent, Antics. I'm so happy you've gotten so much participation. There's a variant of Vaporwave called Malsoft. Thank you, Adam. I love it when you break things down for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that. St. Louis? With the Canadian dollar being so weak, you should meet up in Canada. Yeah, but Lori, then we've got to travel through customs back into the US and expose ourselves to ice. Malsoft, yes. Monaco or San Marino. I like that. I'm sure Antics would like San Diego. Charleston, New Orleans. New York, we could meet in New York City. It's easy enough to get to New York City for everybody. I'm just thinking Chicago or Dallas-Fort Worth is more equidistant. Not a fan of Governor Abbott? I understand that, Papa Cat. You're selfish, meet in Provincetown? That's a little bit harder flight, Cricket. Can't afford Monaco? Yeah, Monaco might be a little much. I think Lori's got a good point. The Canadian dollar is pretty weak. Does everybody want to deal with ice coming back? You love Provincetown? Well, we could all go to Boston. Clearwater? What is that? Flying into Miami? Fort Lauderdale? What is that flying into, Dusty? Tampa. Means flying into Tampa. That's not a direct flight. You don't mind Governor Costello? Clearwater could be okay, but it means flying into Tampa. There's not a direct flight to Tampa from anywhere. Dusty is there, so it is amazing. Our dollar will go farther in Canada. And Canada in the summertime is not bad. Toronto, and it's not hard to get flights into Toronto. Scooter Mom's in Toronto. I remember Lori's not in Toronto. Tampa or Clearwater? You vote for a New York meetup if this is going to be for a couple of months out for selfish reasons? Shaquille, we will see you later. Your dead body in Florida? Oh, but brain fog. If we flew into Tampa, we could go to Disney World too. You want to come to Disney World with me? I think that would be so much fun. We could take your goth self to Disney World. Alaska is nice in the summertime, and the Anchorage mission could use a kick in the pants. You should get several of the small streamers together and do a meetup. Clearwater Airport only takes flying saucers. You went to the Dallas airport, went outside to smoke real quick. They have no oxygen outside to breathe? What do you mean, Kristen? Alaska is nice in the summertime. We could do an Alaskan cruise, you guys. You want to do a cruise? We could do an Alaskan cruise out of Seattle. Allegiant Air flies into Clearwater. Yeah, but how much is a flight directly into Clearwater, Dusty? mean, we could pick a weekend in late August and actually do this, you guys. We could pick a weekend in August. I just got distracted looking at the calendar. There's 5 weekends in August. They got no air? Really, Kristen? Black clothes in Halloween in LA is bad enough. Goth in the summer in Florida, you would walk out of the airport. Seattle is not the middle. No, it's not, Fuzzy. Denver is much more sensible. I know she is putting together an Alaskan cruise. We could consider that, Lori. Convicted child sex offender Patrick Shane Lasley still on the board of the Anchorage mission several months after Aaron exposed it. Wow. They're going to have to sell the property after her stepdad passed. Oh, hell, Bill. Oh, no. Cricket! You guys! Cricket, that's amazing! Congratulations! Congratulations, Cricket. Everyone can stay at your place, Dusty? You have enough room for everybody, Dusty? How is that going to work? I mean, that's the problem, right, guys? We can fly anywhere, but where are we going to stay and how much? How much is lodging going to cost us? We need to find lodging that's reasonable. Childless aristocrat, no air. Now I want to know how Dallas Fort Worth has no air. Cricket, I'm so happy for you. The music is messing up. Okay, let me fix the music. Hold on. Is that better, Kristen? That should be better. Sorry about the music antics. We can stay at the Fort Harrison? Right. That would be fun. Southwest has a direct flight from Portland to Tampa, Dusty? I'm sorry, Kristen. Is the music better now, Antics? Because if it's not better, I'll turn it off. We'll put blankets on the floor for everyone. How is that different from camping in my backyard, Dusty? We all wear Clearwater Chad costumes and arrive at the Fort Harrison with suitcases claiming we have reservations. No, it was probably the music, Dusty. I wasn't hearing it. I've got it quiet enough. Thank you guys for pointing it out. Antics, is the music better, honey? I hope I didn't run you off, sweetheart. We're coming up on Second Minnesota goodbye, y'all. And just wait. Just wait until you see. I'm going to have to find it. Now I'm going to have to find it. Second Minnesota Goodbye Award. Adam, did you see the first Minnesota Goodbye Award? Did you guys all see the first Minnesota, or not the first Minnesota Goodbye Award, the First In Award? San Francisco to Tampa direct flight. No direct flights from Portland, Dusty. So here was the First In Awards, you guys. We have a theme tonight. There was the First In Award. You hate it? No, I understood it. San Francisco to Tampa. If you hate it, we will turn it off. It does not need to be there, especially if it's so annoying to you at that level. Antics. I don't want it. I mean, it's so quiet. Lori, hugs. Yeah, wasn't it nice? J-Bat won the First In Award today. Adam in Nature. Yes. You will not be flying until planes stop dropping from the skies. I hear that, brain fog. Adam in Nature. It is quite nice, isn't it? Come to San Diego. Oh. San Diego to Tampa direct flight. We could all come to San Diego. I mean, one of the reasons for Dallas Fort Worth is it's easy enough for folks to get to. I know you usually just leave, but I don't want you to leave, Antics. I don't want you to leave over the music. It's easier to turn it off and have you stay, honey. Take care, Lori. Thank you so much for your support. Exactly what Cricket says. Exactly what Cricket says. I think Dallas Fort Worth, but I think, yes, we need to wait until planes stop dropping from the skies. Dallas Fort Worth, unless Ontario or Calgary becomes more attractive. Our money will go farther in Canada. And there's always J-Bat, early bird gets the radioactive glowing mummy alien jungle fella. Exactly. But wait till you see third in. We'll see who we're going to Beetlejuice for third in award. Remember on Wednesday. Oh, yep. I found you guys still want scotch or soda rather? Let's do a soda in the last 15 minutes here. Hold on just a minute. Let me go get him. Okay, guys, it's 3 Cat Sunday. We'll see if he calms down and wants to stay. He's a little upset now. See, he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to be here today. They definitely have their own minds, y'all. They definitely have their own minds. This is going to be a quick visit. Soda muted me and turned off the camera. He's apparently happy to show you plenty of cat butt. Okay. That is the extent of the visit today. Yeah, Soda was in the middle of trying to get some food to eat. And I brought him in here away from his food. And I didn't feed him. It's dinner time. Now he's going to get harassed by Orion. Orion. Leave him be. Leave him be. Orion thinks that Soda is his playmate. Orion wants Soda to play with him. And it usually does not work. 90% of the time. Every once in so often, Orion will get Soda to engage by running zoomies around Orion. Orion will run zoomies around Soda, rather. And every time he runs close to Soda, Soda will put his paw out and try to get Orion. As Orion runs zoomies around Soda. That is how Orion gets Soda to engage in playing with him. Desperately wants a playmate in Soda. They're very upset. There is a chance. Yes, Orion will keep trying because he is intermittently successful. There is a chance that Soda will be a playmate. A slight chance, but every once in so often. Soda will engage and play with Orion. Soda has also left me a revenge gift of cat hair in my lip gloss. There it is. cat hair in lip gloss. One of the funnest experiences on the planet. Cat hair in the lip gloss. I did watch the Severance finale, Antics. Did everybody else watch the Severance finale? It is good to know Orion is running around. He is doing really, really well. Speaking of which, I need to give him his glucosamine treat. I keep forgetting to do it on the days that I'm supposed to, so he misses them occasionally. But he likes them. I did watch it. I'm still deciding what I think about it, Antics. What did you think about it? I am curious to know your opinion. I think if they have more seasons, it'll be a good ending. It still leaves, hey, Ryan. No. Soda is not your playmate. I think it was well done. I think there were a lot of questions that I still want answered, Antics. You're in the middle of watching it again? Yeah, I think I need to go watch it again. You're still refusing to watch? Why are you refusing to watch, Kristen? It's definitely worth the watch. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. You've been watching in between editing while things are uploading. Yeah, the innie is yourself at work and your outie is yourself not at work, but neither of them knows anything about the other. Like they're completely two different people, but in one person. So it's birthing a new consciousness. Because you're not a fan of fun? Oh, I think it's really thoughtful, Kristen. I think it's really thoughtful. Um, it does channel Scientology quite a bit. I don't know. Adam and Bilf can probably talk more on that. Although I think Adam hasn't been watching it. Bilf, have you been watching Severance? That'll get you pregnant. You guys. Which one will get you pregnant in Portland, Fuzzy? Not being a fan of fun? Knowing the innie and outie lingo, or refusing to watch? Which one of the three? Or all of them? Portland is a strange place. You guys, really, you can't hear my neighbors? I mean, that's good to know that the pickup on my mic isn't picking it up, but they are at it again with the music. That is so loud, y'all. So loud. So very loud. You can't risk the pregnancy. Yeah. Let's not risk the pregnancy. Kristen, I'm curious. Where are you? Have you ever shared that? You don't need to share it if you don't want to. I know that's a prying question. I was just curious. I was just curious. Are we not going to get a third Minnesota goodbye, you guys? They have been dropping off more and more. I will make a community post about book club, that we will be doing book club on the last Sunday of April, and what book we will be reading. Oh, you're in Spokane? I didn't realize you were so close, Kristen. Kristen, it's a must-see. It's definitely a must-see. Adam should be watching it. Bill, you all should. It's really worth it. Although I have heard people. I didn't realize you were so close, Kristen. We could meet up for lunch in the Tri-Cities. Another one, what? Antics? I've already forgotten what I'm saying. I have heard tell for some people they've started watching Severance and found it too re-stimulating, especially people who are familiar with Scientology. So it is just something to be aware of. I don't think it's an issue for Kristen, but for any of the others of you all who might be interested in watching Scientology, that was for those who never heard of Spookaloo. Yeah, Spokane is in eastern Washington, y'all. Right up along the Idaho border, near Coeur d'Alene. She is maybe a 5 hour drive away. We could totally have lunch, Kristen. I really didn't realize you were so close, honey. We should meet up. 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, Kristen. It is worth the watch. It's better TV than usual. Another Spokane? Is there another Spokane Antics? Yes, there is another one. It's in Washington. Maybe it's the only one, and you were just asking if there was another one because Kristen said which one it was. Yeah, I don't think there is another Spokane, but there might be. People might not know where Spokane is, though. You might be in Portland for a reparations event. Oh, Kristen, that would be excellent. I would love to hear about that. Make sure and keep me updated. 98% is off the charts good, Kristen. You're spoken for, Adam? And we have come full circle. Yes. You've never heard of Witch Antics? Another? Yeah. I think that Kristen was just some people aren't up on their second level cities. So they don't even know that Spokane is in Washington. I mean, it's bad enough living in Washington state, right? Because you always have to say, I live in Washington state. You can't just say, I live in Washington. Because if you say, I'm from Washington, people think you're from DC. You have to say Washington state. It is a whole deal. Washington borders Idaho. Indeed, it does. Panhandle of Idaho. Washington, Idaho is smack dab between Washington and Montana. The Panhandle of Idaho fits in there between Washington and Montana. Fuzzy, it's about an hour-long drive from Washington to Montana with the Panhandle in the middle. It's much farther if you're, yes, exactly, Washington State. Washington State, because you can't just say Washington or people think you're from DC. It's a major pain in the butt. 98% is very good. You should watch it. Go watch it, Kristen. We want to know what you think. There's only 2 seasons, so it's easy to stop. Yes, Spokane, not Spokane. Here, if you say Washington, everyone assumes state. That's nice, Antics. Your small town is named after a large city, which has confused people occasionally. Well, Cricket, being from Portland, the constant confusion between Portland, Maine and Portland, Oregon is tiresome. Montana is this huge place that actually deserves its moniker, Big Sky Country. Spokane is not the capital of Washington. Olympia is the capital of Washington, Dusty. Olympia is the capital of Washington. California has our back. Yes. You say Washington, people assume Washington State. I guess that's true on the West Coast. I guess that's true on the West Coast. Yeah, exactly. I've never heard of higher than 98%. Fort Roberts is like the Kaliningrad of Washington State. You've never heard of higher on Rotten Tomatoes. Now I get it. Now I get it. Antics. Now I get it. Thank you for clarifying. Fort Roberts. Oh, Newark, California. There's a confusion for you. That one would be big. You have a squirrel in Seattle, Antics? I didn't realize that. Maybe I did and I just hadn't connected it. Next time you're in Seattle, you'll have to holler, Antics. I understand the confusion about a hometown, Newark. Here in the Portland area, there is a St. Paul, Oregon. And I grew up in St. Paul, Minnesota. So I have to be careful sometimes about saying St. Paul because Oregon is a small town that has, or St. Paul, Oregon is a small town that has a rodeo. St. Paul, Minnesota is the capital. Wasn't sure if a lot of Rotten Tomatoes was a bad thing. Rotten Tomatoes is the site. So 98% means they're not rotten. That's what it is, Kristen. 98% means they're all fresh tomatoes, not Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is the name of the site. It's kind of the best rating site that's out there. Spokane is the Pollengrad. There you go. Spokane is the Pollengrad. You win that one, Antics. Adam, I think she got you. Spokane is the Pollengrad. I think Antics got the crown. Excellent antics. Excellent. Okay, guys, this has been lovely. Thank you for joining us. Any last thoughts? Next week, let's discuss the entirety of the LRH biography that we're reading that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. Um, Barefaced Messiah. Have a great night. So we will finish next week and talk about Barefaced Messiah. If you guys finish it, great. If not, that's fine. I will just make sure and finish reading it this week. And then for the end of next month, yes, Barefaced Messiah. Thank you guys. For the end of April, we will read Scientologist, William S. Burroughs and the Cult. Yep. With that, y'all, I will see you Wednesday. Cat butts forever, indeed, Papa Cat. Oh, let's show off the third Minnesota goodbye, even though we didn't get anybody. We got to show off the artwork. Here's the third Minnesota goodbye. And with that, I will say goodbye, y'all. See y'all around. See, it's so hard for me to say goodbye. That's why we got to have 4 of them. Catch you later.